Okay. Um, Nobody here for public comment, so we'll move on to commissioner review and update. Last week when Pondmill Health came in for their budget, they had requested that a temporary, or what they call it, alternate, be appointed to the board. And they would like, she said she would like it to be a commissioner, and I would request that be me. You guys are okay with that, unless you guys want to do it.
What was that for?
The alternate on the Pondmill Health.
Monument.
I just think that I hopefully can help be a liaison.
You got with them. You found.
Yeah, and I let her know that day that, you know, what we were, there's a lot of agencies not happy with some of the services, and they're more than willing to work with us. In fact, I have a meeting with her next week, and we're gonna sit down and talk, but I just wanted to officially be elected to as an alternate.
Well, my last juvenile detention meeting, a lot of the counties used Monument Health. They expressed concerns.
Yeah, and so I told her, I was like, you know, so yeah, I'd like to know those concerns when you do go back to the meeting, Keith, and so I can bring them up to me at the meeting, so we can take care of it when it happens, not just, you know, oh, because I want to do specific, so she knows what to fix. I mean, you know, we can tell her, oh yeah, everybody's late all the time, and you know, we can't get a hold of somebody, or we have to wait for hours, but I want her to have specifics so she can, because it might just be a specific person, or it might be a specific department, you know, just, she's willing to work with us, so I think that would be good.
Yeah, our needs.
Yeah, I contacted the hospital, juvenile intake, the police department and the sheriff department to let me know too, so.
So you want a motion?
Yeah.
I really think you motion.
A second, take your law.
All in favor?
All right.
Motion carries. All right. So, the next thing is, are you guys familiar now with the rural opportunity, zone?
Yes. And
Yeah, I know, and they haven't really given us a lot, but I know, Senator Longvine talked a lot about, not a lot, at the EDC meeting I was at, he talked about, them passing a resolution or a law or bill that, businesses that come to, I'm trying to get this correct, basically they'll have an incentive to come if we are a rural opportunity zone, and it will benefit the economic development in our community. So I think right now, we have to have a resolution by the end of June. And we don't have to commit any money right now. So I think us passing the resolution now, finding out more, and then if we can always choose to opt out of it next year.
so that was gonna be my question. There's a blank there.
Yeah, I was just gonna put 0 for right now. We'll put 0 for right now, because we're not gonna do anything right now. And then learn more about it as they give us more information. And then when next year, when it comes up, then we can reevaluate.
Yeah, that's a problem. But we're not committing a dollar amount right now.
Yeah, it's just passing the resolution for right now.
And that will suffice.
Yes. We just have to have a resolution, and then we can opt out. We don't have to do any money right now, any monies right now, and then we can opt out.
Okay.
So is anybody else doing it? Local?
As
City?
it's us, it's the counties are the only ones that can do it.
Okay. That's my confusing part. Do we get a motion for that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Move that we accept and sign the rural opportunity zone
Resolution.
resolution.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The same sign. Motion carries. And then you all are.
Signature. will serve.
I just did this recent.
Yes. Thank you. So the next thing I want to talk about is the, proposal for the county financial coordinator search. Have you guys had time to look at that
Yep.
and your thoughts?
You said that Steve looked at this.
I sent you what Steve said. It was basically, I guess he didn't know that we already, voted to do this. And then, he talked about the first meeting because Ms. Dawn said something, it could be open or closed, but he believes that it should be open, this first one, Steve said. And then he said, that somebody would talk about, the county reimburses all candidates for incurred travel and lodging expenses. Now, that's only at the,
But that's only when we get
if we
to that
approve
point.
it, if we approve it, if we feel that that candidate is worth them coming here, then yes, that would be something. We can talk about to Dawn about that on what we want to,
And when would be the next time he's coming in for that meeting?
well, after we sign this contract, then, he's gonna work on, he's gonna come up here and then we can, talk about for the draft, for the, job description.
Okay.
And how, like, basically where we want it to be, advertised and,
And where I'm getting at is, I want all of us to be included.
yes, yes. Yeah, I want all of us to be included, yes, for sure.
Okay.
And like, I know that Steve had said something about the county reimburse all candidates, they've never done that. But I think in a position like this, it's something that, that is something, I know when they hired the chief of police, they paid for him to come out for the interview. But that's something that we would agree on.
But if they're close by and.
Just pay mileage is all you pay is mileage.
Yeah, that was my concern.
Yeah. No, I understand, and it would be
But I
something
didn't
that
know
we
what-
agree with.
What's the standard?
I do know that for a department head position like that, now, I mean, if somebody came from Chapman, I don't know if they would even ask for mileage, but you know what I mean? So
All right.
I just need a motion that we accept that and I can sign it and,
I don't know that it recalls much, does it?
well, and that's why I brought it up Thursday. I didn't think it did, but I just wanted to make sure everybody was okay with
Yeah,
it.
I'm okay with it.
Okay. All righty. So I'm not sure how to do this, Teresa, because it's got Dawn's signature too, then it asks for the attestment of either you or Rebecca. So how do we do that? Or just could I have him notarize, get it notarized and you attest me and
I can attest your signature.
then I'll have him do
By
something?
notary.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I'll do that then. All righty. Trying to think if there's anything else. And we're gonna talk about, EOC, but Gary's gonna be coming in for
Oh,
that.
well, let me go in. I'm not sure if you saw the health department's email. I don't believe that's what I asked for when we said here in budget sessions. And Teresa, I'm not sure if you're attached to that, but I sent it to you and Rebecca, so you guys are tracking. The thing, and I want you guys to understand is that we can go all the way back to when she sat in here and she said she wasn't getting reports of what monies were coming in grant wise. So what I want is a form, a printout of every single grant that they receive or apply for and that they have received. That way, that we all can see the grants that are coming in. Then on the other printout, I would like to see where those grants are used in ways of funding sources for employees or the programs that they have.
Breakdown.
Basically a breakdown,
So
because
we are-
because it's gonna show what, I mean, what grant monies we have, and then it's gonna show what monies that, are allocated, via taxpayers' dollars, right? And so what we got was not what I requested, and, I will be emailing her or somebody today about it. I wanted you guys to see it first, and I'm not sure, I mean, if you guys understand what I was talking about when we first set in on that meeting. But what we received isn't what I was
I agree with
requesting.
you. I do agree. She just gave us a list of grants.
And sent us a PowerPoint.
Yeah,
And it's not even a list of grants, it's just a list of,
Of the grants that we have?
no, it's not even a list of grants that they have.
Oh,
There was a breakdown of wages and phones.
Yeah.
and-
But it's not saying,
It's not.
Say what-
it's not saying WIC, it's not
Yeah, right.
saying.
How much is a salary is paid by grants versus
Yeah.
tax?
oh, okay. And,
So,
you know,
I
you
wanna
said
know
that-
what
That's
grants-
what you
Yeah,
said.
what grants we get, and how do you, where are you
What
using?
they use them.
I don't,
right.
yeah,
Okay.
so. Other than that, I didn't have anything really pressing last week.
I forgot. I attended 2 Zoom meetings. One was, the e-call for K-State about, starting a childcare center in your community. That was pretty interesting. And then I attended the National Association of Counties, ARP webinar. Did any of you guys do that?
Not last week, man.
It was Friday afternoon.
No.
Yeah,
not this one.
and usually, I thought I was probably gonna be the same old, but actually it gave us more information. There's more monies out there for us, than what they are allocating to our county. And so I think we need to be proactive in researching on that, especially Gary. There's a lot of stuff for EOC, volunteer firefighter stuff. But that's extra that you have to apply for, but those monies are out there. And then, those monies for us having the, to go and because we have both core property and federal property in our county, we need to go out and.
So they explain that,
They explained it, but not,
okay.
not to the extent, but they are really open to questions and, I got the email, so, I'm gonna ask them a couple of questions. I just wanted to see if Gary, I was wanting to talk to him a little bit about that, see if he,
It's tracking,
yeah.
okay.
So that was good, because there's a dashboard, that dashboard where you go and you look to see on there how much money, but if you go to the other blocks, it'll show what's out there, and then it'll say, counties that, qualify.
So have we figured out who's gonna sign up to do it?
I thought we talked about Rebecca,
Okay,
but,
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
when are we gonna apply for that?
we need to apply
Yeah.
sooner than later.
Whatever.
Yeah. We'll talk to her.
That was a Zoom meeting that you had?
It was a Zoom, with the National Association of Counties.
Okay.
Thank you.
I wonder if they'll talk about it, this.
They probably will. They probably will. I hope anyway.
You say you're not going to that, right, Keith?
But there's still, I know for the comments, I said just for the comments, some of the people are saying that their counties are still having a problem signing up to request it, so,
And it's the American Recovery Act?
yes.
Fund?
Rescue plan. American
Recovery Rescue, I don't know, ARP.
Plan, 2024. Will everybody be here for the discussion today?
On,
Discussion of VOC and building security?
I don't know.
I think Kathy's gonna be here and Corey's gonna be here.
Okay. Do you think we need to get the sheriff over here?
He just wants to know where you want his people and if he needs more.
Okay.
But I mean, you can ask him if you want.
No, I mean,
Even if you don't want his opinion, maybe he wants to just listen.
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, we've kind of browbeat him already.
yeah, he said, just tell me what you need.
Yeah. But it might not hurt having just a
so as I'm looking at this, we could have people listening in on here.
Okay.
And still send it out. Still record it.
Oh,
Put it
yeah.
on our. Put it on our, YouTube. Do you know people that's trying to watch it right now, Rebecca? I'm sorry, Teresa. God damn. It's.
I just, Dewey called and then Kathy sent me an email. Is the Al thing not working? What's going on?
So Al's working. I can't
Yeah. so-
I can't,
I told her
live
it's
stream for
25.
24 hours.
So you will download it tonight.
Yeah, I'll download, but
Yeah.
if people want to jump in and just listen in on our, meeting
Mm-hmm.
and, but they have to have Teams, Microsoft Teams, I can send you the link for that really quick. If you want to put it out. Is it there? All right, I cut off their mics. So they can just jump in. You get that email, Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
that agenda for tomorrow?
Home things.
That for the week?
You are squared away. You're welcome. Have a good one. Hey, Richard.
Hi, how are you?
Oh,
I was down there, he wasn't there.
oh, he wasn't there. Okay, yeah, he'll be up here later. Okay.
Yeah, this man, this agenda looks nice.
Yeah, it does. I'm excited about some of the things. Keith, is it at the dinner that night, is it dressy? Or like business casual?
This business action, something.
Sometimes in the suit up.
No, no. I mean, think about it, you're dealing with. Real.
That might be their foot. That might be their foot.
It's mine, but no, it's,
So should I pack a,
you might take a
Like
jacket.
I'm just happy.
I'm not so good.
I'm still growing. Still learning.
There's some slacks in there, sure. Then no suit and tie.
Okay. I mean,
I like what you got on that. I don't know what you got on the bridges.
Yeah, I think that would be fine.
Yeah, I think that would be all right.
I'm
What
gonna
are they gonna do, kick you out?
you never know. Oh, man. In terms of economic development programs and services.
Yeah, that's the agenda. Itinerary is good.
It does, it does.
County budget new framework,
Hey, Gary.
I hear you.
about 2021 legislative. Section update.
Trish, did Mr. Opet make this resolution?
Yes.
First and free.
Okay. Yeah, okay. It doesn't matter. I.
Okay.
Yeah, Kathy, could you cut your camera off? Trying to figure it out.
You ready, Gary?
I'm ready. Okay. Year to date for fires, we're at 70. Last month, I think we had 5 fires, nothing major. Same time last year was 49. All of our trucks are operational. The one truck that we were doing the work on that Trish, you saw down there is back in operation. It's a good running truck. It's already been out on one call since we've had it back. It's sitting down at Humboldt. But by us doing most of the work in-house, along with help from Matt Miller, who's a welder, we probably saved the county about $8,000 to $10,000.
You did a great job too.
Yeah. So put a new pump and motor on that, new hose reel, and redesigned the layout in the back and stuff on that truck. So right now everything's up and running, and it's kind of nice having the wet conditions past couple of weeks, because that was able to let us not be out on calls all the time. Speaking of fire, you should have received the mutual aid agreement between Geary County and Fort Riley. Every time we get a new garrison commander in, we usually re-sign one. I've looked it over, have not seen any changes other than just the titles of people and who needs signature. Everything else looks good. It's been over to Mr. Opat for his review. He had no problem with it. So at this time, I'm going to ask for we go ahead and enter into the mutual aid agreement between Geary County and Fort Riley Garrison Commander for the fire mutual aid agreement. I've already changed. In fact,
Oh, okay.
I've changed it for Teresa to sign it today since Rebecca's not here.
I didn't know if you wanted me to sign the one I had here, so.
Yeah, I've got everything
Okay.
corrected. We cut that on Friday and so we've got that corrected, so.
I make a motion to approve our mutual agreement between the county and Fort Riley.
I second.
In favor? Motion signed. Motion carries. Yeah.
Then I will get Mr. Opeth's signature and Teresa's signature, and then we'll go out to Fort Riley, get their 3 signatures by their people, and then it takes us about 30 days or so, and we'll have that back, and I'll get a copy to everybody, so it's in the file. Mr. Earl Pat has a copy too, so. Next thing is, you are all three aware of the incident up at the hospital in which their generator went down. We were involved in that. In fact, we were in contact with their facility people as soon as it happened. Fortunately, we don't have a generator that big, and so we suggested who to get one through, the temporary one, and that's the people that were working on the initial one anyway, that had the starter problem. But we were in contact with Jeff the whole time throughout the incident. In fact, 3 o'clock in the morning when it went operational, the new one was up and running. I got a text message, so we were aware of that. So even though we weren't commented on anything, we were behind the scenes working on that like we should. And as far as I can tell, everything that they did was done according to their policy and stuff. I sent, as part of your packet, the Kansas All Hazards Regional Incident Management Team. I've been a member of this team for about 6-7 years now. So if there's a disaster anywhere in the state of Kansas, especially the Northeast area, this team, it's usually about 15 to 20 people, will get activated, different people, depending on what the needs are. And these people will respond and help the county and or the city that has the incident with managing the incident. We do not take over the incident. We're just there as support role. We've got people that do logistics, people that do the accountability, operations, if they need extra supplies, this kind of stuff. So this is something they ask every team member to get ahead and be re-signed. I have no problem staying on the team. I'm pretty well considered one of the resource unit leaders, especially when we had the accountability trailer here, and we do have the accountability equipment that we can grab, take out there. So any questions?
You've been called out like in the last, 2 years.
I went down to Eureka after that. We still had the accountability trailer at that time. We got it down there within 12 hours after the tornado hit, and then a day later I was down there, and then we went back and picked it up.
So you didn't have to stay?
I stayed 1 day. That was all they needed us, and then everything went back over to local. The incident team is just there as long as it's needed. They didn't need, because it was a small town, didn't need a lot of stuff, so.
Well, I think it's a good deal, gives you good contacts, and I was kind of management teams, incident management teams are good, so.
No, I think it's good. I mean, keeps Gary County unafraid of things and show that we're good partners, so. It's awesome.
By your wishes will be.
I'm really deaf. Right, Seth.
Do you need to make a motion?
Well, I need,
A signature?
it says agency board approval, which is
Okay,
the
yeah, we
sheriff.
need a motion.
I move that we approve the Kansas All Hazards Regional Incident Management Team application.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That's it, sign. Motion carries.
Keith,
Morning, sir.
morning, Alex. How are you?
I'm good.
And then the last thing I've got, which was not in your packet, I don't believe, on Friday's conference call with the state, which is down to Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, they recommended the state declaration will be expiring the end of this week. Does not look like the state one will be extended. What that does, a lot of the supplies that we order, the PPE, the personal protective equipment, some of that, we will not be able to get anymore. Test kits for testing for COVID, that kind of stuff is under a different part of the deal, and KDHE still has access to that because that's considered something different. It's not part of the disaster from what we were told. They were recommending that counties continue with their local declarations. For one thing, so we can continue ordering stuff. Right now, I ordered in the last week for Rock Springs for test kits, for Camp Thomashinga for test kits, and then the Regional Juvenile Center sent a request in on Friday for test kits, which have all been approved. I think if we don't sign this, if we need to get some of that, we'd have to come back in and get a declaration signed locally.
How long is our declaration good for?
It's good for, our right now expires June 30th.
Do we re-up it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm asking that we re-up it at this time. They also said because of the Kansas tort laws, this would help protect us during that time too. I've been in contact with Mr. Opat and his office. They redrafted a continuation,
To win.
extending it for another 30 days until September 30th or until otherwise rescinded by the Board of County Commissioners.
I mean, 90 days.
Yeah.
I mean, 90 days,
Okay.
90
Yeah.
days, 90 days. I'm sorry, 90 days.
What's that?
The declaration, it's not in here.
Okay.
Yeah.
To continue the,
But the state's dropping.
declaration of emergency.
The state will probably be dropping theirs because the governor can say, I wanted to go another, but it's at coordinating council or whatever that will probably, because they've already said they will probably not extend it, was the comments that they were telling the governor.
Well, I think we should just cover our tail.
Yeah, I agree. Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to extend our declaration.
I said,
All in favor?
all right.
Opposed, same sign. Carries.
Needs to go. I'll get copies to everybody when we get done with this. Yeah.
Get the right wording in the minutes.
Yeah. Since we're done here, I'll get copies to everybody. And I think that's all we've got today. Like I said, with the fires were down, so we were able to do more time. I already talked about the truck that we got. It was already operational once, so.
Yep.
So that's all I've got.
Well,
Questions you guys have?
I hope you can come back for the, next meeting. If you have some-
11 o'clock, I'm planning on it.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else? Okay.
So,
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Recess.
Well, at the playground. What? It's recess. What time's registration for the?
Well, the reception starts at 6 and then, 7 o'clock on Wednesday, that you don't register till the Wednesday. We'll get there tomorrow and have then we go to the Air Museum And then 7 to 8 is the registration. On Wednesday.
When we had it here, when we hosted, Michelle hooked us up with going to Godfrey's and letting Todd let people,
Shoot,
shoot them
Nice.
for free.
nice.
Well, not a lot, but.
Yeah,
And they just love
I bet. Well, that was 2 years ago, wasn't it? 2 years ago. Was that the first time we'd ever hosted it?
Or as I know.
Yeah.
It's usually been in Topeka or Kansas City,
Mhm.
and is it CJ? Oh, commissioner down there. He wanted it to come to Liberal. Well, they had built this new convention center, but the price was so outrageous, even he said, heck, I don't charge everybody that, and so Ben was on the board at that time, and he talked to Michelle and said, "You think we could sign it here?" And they did, so, and it was, well, what I liked was the breakout session and the population.
Yeah, they're doing that again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where you can just,
Oh, yeah, for sure. I like that.
Coach Mike, this is all.
Church cows all back home, or are they still in the mud?
no, I still got some in the mud, but. Get wiped out some fences over on lawns.
I wondered if they did, especially when you said they were swimming across.
The current, it was flat and fence. I haven't gotten over there to the silt so deep. So they're still at my house, taking up space. Keeping me out of the house and home.
Linda's brother still had some at home that he hadn't taken out of the pasture yet. But, they're just in the mud and stuff, so he was loading them up, taking them up there. He said, up the pasture, those guys love it up there, 'cause it's nice and green, and he's still got a whole bunch of silage and stuff. There's the Linus, so.
Well, mine are living on salad and square bells. But I got some to go to grass and some to go to the feedlot over at Mom's.
Well, he was taking some today to the feedlot, but just haven't freshened yet, but he's ready to. Adios, amigos.
Well, yeah. Thing about it is now, it's right next to the house, the flies.
Yeah, that's what he said, the flies are so bad. Saturday, I went to 2 grave sites, one of my dad's and then up here, and I ended up with the ticks on that one. I had not seen them in a long time, I was like, well, I got a good one. All I can say is not in a good spot.
No, that's what they like. And we were fencing, a couple weekends ago. And Chuck Audie's got this stuff. It's in a yellow can. I can't think of the name. It starts with P. But you need to spray your clothes 2 hours ahead of time.
Hello.
Morning.
Dry.
How are you?
Yeah.
So like, you spray your knees.
What?
Is that on all the time?
Whatever skirt you're gonna wear. That stuff works. Now, I didn't.
We couldn't do it live today, 'cause even though we had a YouTube channel, it says we have to wait 24 hours to do a live.
Repel.
Oh,
to-
So-
Robot or whatever.
maybe.
Yeah. I think it worked, but man, I had the teeniest tiny. I had one that night, and I went to take my jeans off, I seen a spot on my thigh. And I picked at it a little bit, thinking it was maybe a scab. It was the tiniest little tip there, and then it bled. And I had bigger ones, but then the little ones,
Yeah, they're the suckers. So you might want some back.
no.
back to my office room. I'll be back.
We really shouldn't be having people come 10 minutes early, so we're not having all this downtime.
Yeah. Hopefully this is still recording the actual.
Does it have eyes on this side too?
Yeah.
Kind of creepy.
Go follow it around.
You should hear, when it starts, it says, woo-hoo.
Yeah, he started it one day, he scared me out to death.
Me too.
You're being watched.
Now I gotta watch what I say. Saved your seat, Kathy. They were filling up quick.
Kathy, I might have to remove you off of there.
Were you able to bring anything up under Tunes?
I think so.
You think so?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
I usually have my K-State filter up, but it wasn't coming out in the back.
Yeah.
There's stuff about any talking Could breathe. And there was 6 events, and then the 3rd event.
Wow.
I was doing pressure.
And you do.
I got you 20 patches.
Are you serious? course, they're learning, you know, it's like 2% per minute. It's learning, it's, you can't track it down, it's just the bars and frequencies, and it's back. That's the longest minute of my life.
No, 6 months. I think there's all seeds and I can find it. I think there's just some channel.
Yeah. Savage. Early.
Yeah.
How often do we do tax sales? How often do we do tax sales?
Depends, but that's kind of it.
Usually that's like every 3 years, but this one does take like sometimes it always. People get paid and, you know, it's really the process. I think they try to do it as a year.
Never did long ones or.
That's a start.
Area or housing area.